to an 80 million share OS, get to an 80 million share OS without a reverse split. So let me just present this to you. This OS includes the unrestricted, which would be the float, right? So in order for them to get to an 80 million OS, that would mean that they would also have to sap shares out of the float. The P's in the pool, right? And to get the P out of the pool, there's two ways you can do it. You can do a reverse split, which would be shocking the pool with bleach. And in this case, it would, I don't know what the ratio would be, 1 to 100 or something, or 1 to 1,000, to get it to about 76 million, 77 million. And then each person with a floating share would just have one, and make it and one share. In order to reduce this OS to 80 million, they would have to buy back 7.57 million shares from the market. And to do that, they would have to strike a price where they'd say, okay, we're taking shares back from you, retail investor. They're in your account, and we'll buy them for X price. So let's say they bought them back for $9, which is the price it's at today. So they would have to buy 7,575,000,000. I'm just going to do it round. Times 0.009. So that would cost $68 million to take all those shares back from people at this current price. And they're saying, well, they have 30 million in revenues, so they would have to spend, if they wanted to just waste all of their revenues on buying shares back, then they could do that, I guess, but they could only afford it at $5, or they could reduce it for free with a reverse split. Because the problem is, if this was 7.64 billion OS and this unrestricted was 54 million, let's just say 54 million, and they wanted to reduce that OS to 80, they could, because the P has not entered the pool. But this P is in the pool. So to get the P out, you have to buy each molecule of P or do a reverse split and kill all the P. They can't afford to buy each molecule of P at the current price, which means that if they wanted to, given their revs, they would have to offer them a reduced price. Furthermore, from a business perspective, a business that would just waste all their money buying back molecules of P seems pretty foolish when they could do it for free. So that was the hubbub yesterday about this.